What up, squad? I'm Gabriel.
I'm Manny.
And we're the Felix Duo. And today's topic is, what's the difference between four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive?
You're about to find out.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
What up, squad? Welcome to another video. Today's topic is a topic that we're both in the car business that everybody comes and asks us. It's the difference between a four-wheel drive car and an all-wheel drive car. They're not the same thing.
They are very different. They do vary in the smallest ways. The best way that I could explain to you the difference between a four-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive is the same thing that I would tell a customer or to anybody that asks me that simple question.
They're not the same thing.
They're not the same thing. One, a four-wheel drive vehicle is going to have that knob. Just like you stated, it has a knob that you could actually manually change it from a two-wheel drive to a low two-wheel drive to a high two-wheel drive to a four-wheel drive to a low four-wheel drive, so on and so forth. And you could actually manually change that. But the biggest difference between four-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive is the power output to each and every single tire. The difference between an all-wheel drive, the all-wheel drive system is basically works on a differential system. The differential system is the power output of the vehicle is split in half within the vehicle. So the front power is about, let's say if you're driving on a highway on a sunny day, summer's day, the vehicle is more than likely is going to be in a front wheel drive. If it's a front wheel drive biased car, it will be 80%, 70% of the power is going to be towards the front two tires. And then you have 20% in the back or 30%. However it's set up in the system, computerized, and it does it automatically. And it will shift depending on where you're driving. It will shift in power. Like if you slam on the gas, most of the power is going to go to the back, so it can actually push forward.
And that's an all-wheel drive.
And that's the all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive works on that differentials.
And that's on most of your SUV cars, you would say.
Yes.
Like you have the Pilots, the RAV4, the CRV, all the
your Highlander. Your Highlander has that.
Hyundai has it. Like a lot of mainly SUVs are.
Where the difference is that when you start stepping into the truck world
and the Jeep world.
Yes, when you start stepping into that type of world where you could actually manually change it yourself, is now that the power is, as opposed to a differential system, setting it, a computer pretty much determining on where the power needs to go. When you switch that four-wheel drive, there is 100% power to all four wheels. Each tire has 100% power output on every single wheel.
And it comes in handy when it comes to a Jeep Wrangler when you're stuck in the mud.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That one tire. You need that power in that tire.
The vehicles that are going to have that four-wheel drive system is vehicles that are going to be able to drive off-road. That you could drive off-road where you're going to need that four-wheel drive. Because if you're sitting on let's say you're freaking climbing a little hill with a Jeep or a pickup truck or whatever the case could be, and one of your tires are off, you're going to need that power output to the rest of the tires. And that four-wheel drive system in the car is going to be able to give you that 100% power on all those other tires.
Makes sense. So let's do it again slowly so they understand the difference. All-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive, again, is based on a differential system where the computer goes from, it will determine on where the power is needed in the vehicle, front, back, however it is, not individual wheels.
And that'll be mostly found in your SUVs.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong, if it does sense that more power needs to be adjusted to a left tire, it will adjust. Just so you know, the all-wheel drive system will adjust. It is based on a computerized system.
Okay. And now four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive. Your four-wheel drive is not necessarily a computerized system. It's pretty much a lock. So if you put it in two-wheel drive, you're gonna be locked in two-wheel drive. So it's just pretty much, it's a simple thing that's just gonna lock the car in two-wheel drive. You're gonna drive in two-wheel drive, and it's gonna stay. Let's say if it's a front-wheel drive vehicle. So it's a front-wheel drive vehicle. If you put it in two-wheel drive, so the front tires are gonna be spinning at 100%. The power is gonna be 100% on the front-wheel tires. The back tires are not gonna be doing anything. So then now, let's say you're on off-road and you need a four-wheel drive. You need to put all four wheels to work. Now you're locking the car in all four wheels. All four wheels are gonna be spinning at that 100%. That is the main difference between an all-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive, is the power output, the adjustment that the vehicle can make on its own.
So it's basically all-wheel drive is automatic. Four-wheel drive is like you manually doing it.
Let's put it this way. The best way that I could explain it to you in layman's term, very basic, your all-wheel drive system nowadays is pretty much your smartphone. The four-wheel drive system that is used in the trucks is pretty much a flip phone. That's all. That's what it really is.
There you got it, guys. The difference, the most asked questions in the car business. As always, guys, as you guys probably don't know, we're both in the car business. This is a common question in our industry. What's the difference between four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive? You got your answers there. As always, guys, if you have any other questions, car relating, anything, buying a car, etc., we're the man to ask. Send us an email, askfelixduo@gmail.com. As always, guys, we're the Felix Duo.
And we're here to entertain and answer all your questions and tell you about daily things that go on in our lives, man.
And remember, stay passionate and enjoy life. Always.